Chelsea fans. This is Ugo and this is Up Chelsea TV. Let's dive straight into it. Now, apparently, it seems Chelsea are willing to sell Noni Madueke. Or scratch that. Arsenal are looking to sign Noni Madueke, Chelsea winger. He's been added on their list or to their long list of attackers they want to get. And also, Kepa officially leaves Chelsea and has signed a new deal with Arsenal. So, Noni Madueke, do you want him gone? Chelsea fans out there? For me, Noni Madueke shouldn't be sold. He just shouldn't be sold. There are other players that should be sold. I get that there's a long list. I get that there's a need to raise funds so you can justify getting players in the building. Looking to sign Kudus. You've already got João Pedro in the building. You've already got João Pedro in the building, and then you've gone and already got Jamie Bino Gittins from Dortmund. So you're looking at Kudus and maybe, who knows, a Victor Osimhen somewhere down the line. And then to do all this, you need to let some players go. But for me, given what Noni Madueke contributes to the team, I don't think he should be the first name you're looking to let go. Because you have Nkunku, who I value. I think he has great upside for Chelsea. I think he's beginning to come back into his own at the Club World Cup in the US. But he doesn't seem to be in the plans of Enzo Maresca. Also, João Felix is another name that you should be looking to let go. Kenan Jusby Hall, yes, he scored against Benfica in the Club World Cup, which is nice, lovely for him to do. I think that boosts his market value up. But in terms of how Maresca plays, I think Jusby Hall is another name that should be off the squad list before you think about a Noni Madueke. Now, the people who I just think just dislike Noni Madueke. There's some Chelsea fans who I just think dislike him. Now, there are people who don't rate him. That's fair, because football is very, very subjective. The way I see a player, it's not the same way you see a player. You probably see the player as not being good enough. If I can see a player and think he's not good enough, and you can really rate that player. So for Noni Madueke, there's some people I feel just don't like Noni Madueke. So it's all about, let us talk about how low he sags his shots, which is just silly. For me, that's not what I'll do, but I guess that's what the kids do nowadays. But I'm all about what he does on the pitch, his contributions. Now, for some reason, people love Pedro Neto. He's this guy that is super productive. Now, I just checked on FootMob, and Pedro Neto has scored 6 goals and 4 assists. So that's 10 goal contributions. While Noni Madueke has scored 7 goals with 3 assists, so 10 goal contributions as well. So where is this super hyper productive Pedro Neto? I can't quite see that. I don't see it. So how is it then valued more than Noni Madueke in the eyes of some people? And now some other people are coming up with this new thing of he doesn't track back. Now, I've said, Specsavers, please, some people need your services. They really do. If you say Noni Madueke doesn't track back, then that means you either have been listening to the games on radio, or you need glasses, or you need to change the glasses that you're currently wearing. Because Noni Madueke, that's one thing he brings to the team. Apart from his direct running, his power and pace on the ball, he tracks back and does his job defensively. So I don't get that thing that people are going on about. So Noni Madueke, apparently Chelsea may be looking at £50 million, £55 million. But the news is, though Arsenal have him on their short list, they have not actually made a formal bid to Chelsea, not even verbal conversations yet with Chelsea. So for me, from an Arsenal perspective, even I don't think Noni Madueke is who they need, because you've got Saka. Now you can say you want a backup, but Ademola Lookman will be a better fit. But that's a different topic for another day. Maybe that will be on the Uga Mad Football channel. So now back to Noni Madueke. For me, I think he has a lot of things he can contribute to the team. His goals, his pace, and his versatility. Now he's predominantly a right winger, but he can also do a job on the left wing. So I don't get the point of letting him go. Now people are going on about Jamie Bino Gittins as if he's levels and levels above Noni Madueke, which is just wrong. People don't get at Dortmund, the balls are played quicker into the wingers, and you have your fullback giving you that support out wide. So that makes a lot of difference. So asking me my thoughts and opinions on Noni Madueke leaving, I don't want him to go. I just don't. Because even if you get the kudos, what happens in the game when Kudus is playing in a 10 role? Palmer can play out wide. He just can't. People should embrace that fact. And now people are going on about the Palmeiras kid, Messiano, that's his nickname, but Estavayo Willian. They're going on about him like he will just come in, an 18-year-old will come in and immediately carry the burden of the team on his back. No, he will come in, he will need time to acclimatize literally to the English weather. He would also need time to acclimatize to, the English football. You would also need time to acclimatize to his teammates as well and get used to the team. And the games don't wait for you. As you're getting used to the swing of things, as you're getting used to the weather, getting used to the tactics, getting used to the country, as a young man, 18-year-old, games will be going on, wins and losses. So you can't just hinge everything on the shoulder of Estavayo Willian. He's a wonderful talent, and I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but we've seen top talents rated in Brazil, high-level talents. They come to the Premier League and they struggle. So for me, Noni Madueke leaving, no. It's a non-starter for me, in my humble opinion. But let's see how it all shakes down. Now, the last topic or last point of discussion is finally Kepa is leaving Chelsea formally. Earlier on the season has now triggered his £5 million release clause, which is pretty low given that Chelsea signed for about 70 odd million. So he's finally going, and he's another player that I feel has been mistreated by Chelsea fans, who just tells you how fickle football fans are, and Chelsea fans are no excuse whatsoever. So they've talked about him like he hasn't even put his glove with any sort of emotion on the ball. But he was very instrumental to Chelsea, getting to that to Europa League, winning the Europa League title trophy. Very instrumental to Chelsea winning the UEFA Super Cup. You remember the penalty saves he made against Villarreal, as well as remember the penalty saves again he made in that semi-final versus Frankfurt in that Europa League. And get the Champions League, Mendy had already come in and already became the number one, and that was due to preference, in my opinion. So while Kepa, at this point, it makes sense for him to go, given his wages, given the fact that Chelsea at this point will have like a dozen goalkeepers, so there's no point having him on the wage bill. So it makes all the sense in the world for him to go, and I think he's been a very good servant in the circumstances. So he's going to Arsenal, so I can say wish him all the best in Arsenal, but I say wish him all the best in his personal life. So at this point, I want to know what your thoughts and opinions are on these two topics we've talked about. Please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and click that like button so I know that you really like this video, and it does help with the algorithm. Not bite my tongue there. So I just better come to the end of this video, and like I always say, there is plenty the rest of your day. Stay well, stay blessed.